In New Jersey, Ray returns home after working at the docks. His ex-wife, Mary, drops off their kids so Ray can watch them while she visits her parents in Boston. Rachel greets her dad, but Robbie completely ignores him. That night on the news, there's a report about Ukraine being almost entirely dark due to strange lightning storms during the night. The storms caused electromagnetic pulses that shut down power, followed by an earthquake. Ray gets Robbie to play baseball, but the boy calls him Ray instead of Dad and keeps saying he hates staying there. Ray gets upset and throws the baseball through a window. Robbie storms off to his room. Rachel tries giving her dad some advice, but instead he decides to nap. Later, Ray wakes up and sees that Rachel ordered food for herself. He starts eating while calling for Robbie, who doesn't answer. Rachel tells him Robbie took the car and left. Ray runs outside to check and sees the garage is empty. But then, he notices everyone is outside looking at the sky. He looks up too and sees a massive, dark storm cloud. The wind starts blowing strangely toward the storm instead of away. Then the wind stops and silent lightning flashes inside the cloud. Ray thinks it's cool, but Rachel is scared, so they run back inside. The lightning keeps hitting the same places repeatedly. Ray starts getting worried too and hides under the table with Rachel. After a while, it stops and Ray checks the house. The power is out, and even things like his watch and landline phone don't work. He steps outside and sees every car is dead. Robbie is nearby, and Ray tells him to go inside with his sister while he investigates. Ray finds his mechanic friend, who says the car starters are broken even though they weren't hit by lightning. They join a crowd by a church to look at a hole caused by the lightning. Ray touches some rubble, and it's cold. Suddenly, the ground shakes and cracks open everywhere, tearing down buildings and flipping cars. The church collapses and a circular spot in the road starts spinning before falling in, making a hole that cars fall into. People panic and run as a car is thrown out of the hole. Giant metal legs rise from the hole. Crushing the car, Ray hides behind. He escapes just in time. A massive alien robot comes out of the hole. It makes a loud noise, then starts shooting at the crowd. People run, but even those in cars are hit by deadly beams. Ray hides in a store, but the beams smash through windows and throw cars inside. Ray finally escapes after a long chase. He runs down the road as buildings crash behind him. He hides behind a wall and watches the tripod walk away. He goes home, stunned and unsure what to say to his kids. He cleans up and finally regains focus. Ray tells the kids to pack up. Before leaving, he grabs his gun. On the road, people are fleeing the city. Ray puts his kids into a car that the mechanic fixed and invites him to come, but the man refuses. Suddenly, the tripod attacks nearby and starts a fire. Ray drives away fast with the kids. The mechanic is killed by the laser. As they race off, Ray tells the kids to stay down while explosions destroy the town behind them. When they reach the highway, the road is blocked with broken down cars and crowds fleeing on foot. Rachel cries nonstop and Robbie tries calming her. Ray explains what he saw and guesses that the storm was used to wake up the machines. They reach Mary's house, which hasn't been attacked. Robbie tries calling his grandparents, but the phone doesn't work. The food Ray brought is just some leftovers, and he only manages to make peanut butter sandwiches. Rachel reminds him she's allergic. Neither of the kids eat. Ray throws the sandwich at the window, frustrated. As night falls, he says they'll sleep in the basement to be safe. In the middle of the night, loud branches and strange lights wake them. Suddenly, a loud scream shakes the house and lights get brighter. Robbie pulls everyone into the deeper basement just before fiery debris crashes through the window. Ray shuts the door right before the fire reaches them. They're left in the dark. The next morning, Ray sees the basement in ruins. Upstairs, the neighborhood is destroyed. A plane crashed into it. A news crew is looking for supplies and gives him an update. The machines are all over the world, piloted by aliens that came with the lightning. Their shields make them impossible to stop. A strange noise spooks the news crew, so they leave. Ray gathers his kids, and Robbie takes a moment to look at the destroyed neighborhood before joining them. On the road, Ray says they're heading to Boston to find Mary. Robbie argues that he wants to fight the aliens. Rachel says she needs to pee, so they stop by a river. She screams after seeing hundreds of bodies floating. Ray quickly gets her back into the car. They see a military convoy, and Robbie begs to join them to fight. Ray refuses, and they argue again. Rachel convinces Robbie to stay. On the road, Ray lets him drive for a while even though he has no license. By evening, they reach an area full of refugees. Robbie gets scared and gives the wheel back. The crowd surrounds the car, begging for a ride. Someone jumps on the hood, and Ray speeds up to shake him off. The crowd gets angry and throws stuff at the car, blocking Ray's view. He almost hits someone and swerves, crashing into a pole. People break the windows and drag Robbie and Ray out. Ray fights off attackers to protect Rachel. There are too many, and even Robbie can't help enough. Ray yells at Rachel to escape, but people climb into the car, leaving her no space. Ray fires his gun in the air, and the crowd backs off. As Ray helps Robbie, a man points a gun at him. The man makes Ray pull Rachel out and steals the car. Later, they find a diner and see people fighting over the car with gunshots heard. The kids watch their father have a breakdown. They join a crowd on foot, walking across a bridge filled with missing person signs. News from others says it's happening everywhere and Europe has it worse. They reach a working town where a train is running. At the docks, volunteers ask for blood. Ray sees an old friend, but is distracted by birds flying away. Tripods appear on the hills, and chaos breaks out. Soldiers block people from storming the boats. A fire starts, and cars fall into the ocean. Ray tries getting his kids on the ship just as the ramp closes. He notices there's still room, but guards won't open it. People try climbing the ramp, but fall as the ship moves. Robbie helps them, climbing from the other side. Suddenly, a whirlpool forms and a tripod rises, tipping over one ferry. People and cars fall into the water. Ray's family gets pushed under and sees trapped people in a car. The tripod flips other ships too, but Ray and his kids make it to the shore and watch the tripods keep attacking. They run into the woods with others, where bits of clothing fall from the sky. They follow the crowd until Robbie sees another military convoy. Jets fly overhead, and Robbie runs toward a battlefield. Ray puts Rachel down and runs after him. Explosions fill the area as Ray tries to stop Robbie. Meanwhile, a couple thinks Rachel is alone and takes her, so Ray has to let Robbie go. Ray gets Rachel back, but now flames cover the hills and trucks come down destroyed. Ray and Rachel run, leaving Robbie behind. A man named Harlan offers them shelter in his cellar. Rachel is still sad, and Ray tells her they'll find Robbie. She asks for lullabies, but Ray doesn't know any, so he sings a random song. After she sleeps, Ray drinks with Harlan, who has supplies and believes they can fight together. Harlan thinks the aliens were here before humans and have been watching us. The building shakes and a hole forms in the ceiling. Harlan shows Ray that the tripods are settling above them. Red vines grow through the basement. Then a tentacle enters and the group hides. While it's distracted by a rat, they sneak around. Harlan tries to join them quietly, but makes a sound. Ray uses a mirror to hide and tricks the tentacle, but it returns after spotting a foot. They move again and escape, leaving behind a shoe to fool the alien. The tentacle leaves, but water ripples show something else is coming. The aliens themselves come in and look around. They get close, so the group hides again. Harlan grabs a gun and tries to shoot, but Ray stops him. The aliens explore human objects. A loud horn calls them back. The red vines spread, and Harlan screams when he sees something. Ray checks and sees people being drained of blood. The blood is sprayed onto the land to help the vines grow. Harlan goes mad and starts digging, shouting, "Not my blood." When Ray stops him, Harlan hits him. Ray blindfolds Rachel and tells her to sing. Then he kills Harlan. He hugs Rachel and they sleep. But the tentacle comes back and Rachel screams. Ray hits it with an axe and keeps striking until it leaves. Rachel keeps screaming, so Ray runs to find her. Outside, the land is covered in blood and vines. He finds her on a hill, but a tripod appears. Ray hides in a truck, but it gets lifted. The tripod hears Rachel and grabs her. Ray finds a military truck and takes grenades. He throws them at the robot, but it picks him up and drops him in a basket with Rachel and others. A tentacle comes to grab someone. Ray pushes Rachel aside and gets grabbed instead. Someone grabs Ray's hand, and the crowd pulls him back. He leaves the grenades behind, and the machine explodes. The basket falls but lands safely. The next day, they reach the city. Birds are feeding on the vines, which are now turning white. They're dying. A tripod collapses nearby. A soldier says they didn't destroy it. It just failed. As they walk, another tripod shows up, but it's slow and weak. Ray sees birds on it and tells the soldiers the shield is down. They attack and bring it down. The alien inside dies right away. Ray takes Rachel to Mary's house, where they reunite with her and even Robbie. Later, scientists say the aliens died from Earth's bacteria. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss more videos like this. Thanks for watching.